We are a group of transition year students from the Presentation Secondary School here in Waterford. As part of our community work experience in the Waterford Youth Information Centre, we decided to research what it is like to be a teenager in the 21st century compared to past generations. We went out and about in the city to investigate. Here is our journey.
Hi, what's your name please?
It's Hazel.
Okay, thank you. What's the first word that comes to mind when you hear the word teenager?
Tough time.
What impact do you think social media has on teenagers now?
Loads. Absolutely loads. Because all teenagers now seem to have access to tablets, mobile phones, computers, laptops, and they're getting all their information from social media.
What difference do you think teenagers have now in the 21st century than before?
They've got a bit too much leeway, I think, because of easy access to mobile phones and the internet and that. Yeah.
What are struggles that you think teenagers face?
Bullying and cyberbullying. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so what's the first word that comes into mind when you hear the word teenager?
Troubled.
What impact does social media have on teenagers in the 21st century?
Make them feel happy, make them feel bad, they can be depressed, go through a lot through social media.
What is the difference do you think that we have in the 21st century compared to before?
We can control this. We can control it using social media. We can make our own decisions. We can break through early in our careers and our lives.
And the last question is, what are the struggles that teenagers have?
They struggle dealing with society. They struggle making a picture of themselves so they'll be known to people and finding themselves truly.
Okay, thank you. Can I have your name, please?
Lalu Ariola.
Yeah, and your age?
15.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much. What's the first word that comes to mind when you hear the word teenager?
Happy people.
Okay, happy people. What difference do you think teenagers in the 21st century have from the last century?
Well, technology is much better for them now.
Do you think that's a good thing, or?
Can be a good thing, but I think a lot of stuff suffers because of it.
What would you say is the good thing? Like, what would you say is about the 21st century, like in general?
A good bunch. They're under severe pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, the 21st century, it's massive pressure for anybody coming up.
And what struggles do you think that teenagers have now?
Financial struggles, job struggles, social struggles.
My name's Alishola.
How old are you?
I'm 16 actually, just turned 16.
What's the first word that comes into mind when you hear the word teenager?
I think of people who take risks and like people who just kind of want to be understood sometimes, I guess.
So what word would you say?
Risk taking?
Okay. And what are the impacts social media has on teenagers?
I think depending on the teenager, it could be good or bad. For some, I think maybe they feel a lot of pressure to do certain things or to be a certain way. For others, it could be a way to express their art, because I think the generation we're in is more open to different types of art and everything like that. So yeah, I think open-minded sort of to some, and then others they feel pressure, I guess.
What would you say is the difference that we have in the 21st century compared to others?
Social media, I guess. Like, I don't think social media was such a big thing for like generations of our parents or like grandparents. And like, what else? Maybe like, I think in this generation we're a little bit more open-minded to things. Like, you know, we have, for example, the same-sex marriages. I don't think were allowed back in the days. And what else? Just stuff like that. Even with fashion and art, you see the difference between back then and now as well. So yeah.
What does it mean to be a teenager now? Like, what would you say it is?
I think it's depending on the person, to be honest. I don't think there's a certain type of way to be. I don't know. I don't think there's a certain type of way for just exact to be a teenager. I think it's different for everybody else. So yeah.